Vietnam War saw the advent of the helicopter flown in anger. The concept of a helicopter gunship with awesome firepower. By the Gulf War, the attack helicopter had come of age, changing the balance against the tank in a modern battlefield scenario. With the Cold War already consigned to history, the attack helicopter will be a cornerstone of the new European Rapid Reaction Force. In a new era where Western European nations are forging ever closer relationships, politically, militarily, and in military procurement, the British Army Air Corps will play a key role in the Rapid Reaction Force and in other coalition and national operations. That's why the decision on the choice of a new attack helicopter for Britain to be taken this year has profound implications for jobs, our industrial base, and our relationship with European allies. It's a classic case of whether we opt to buy existing aircraft off the shelf from the United States with some offset work for Britain, or go for a more modern all-European solution which would bring substantial benefits. There are three main contenders: the American Apache and Cobra, or from the Franco-Anglo-German consortium, Tiger. Tiger, the only truly third-generation attack helicopter. Tiger, breaking new ground to take helicopter technology into the 21st century.
Clearly all three types that are now in the competition, are perfectly effective solutions to the operational requirement that has been specified by the Army. Obviously in particular sort of corners of the envelope, one product is going to be better than the other, but on balance they're all pretty much the same. The difference between them is that the Tiger is a new generation of helicopter. It's going to have an extremely long forward life, and we're looking at an operational service life for this sort of program of about 40 years. And are we seriously suggesting that in the year 2020, 2030, the Army should be operating a helicopter type that was actually in service in the Vietnam War? I just find that quite incredible.
This £2 billion plus procurement requirement is for 91 aircraft to enter service with the Army Air Corps by the end of the century. In the House of Commons earlier this year, the Minister of State for Defence Procurement, Roger Freeman, outlined the four criteria on which the decision will be taken: operational effectiveness, life cycle costs, risk, and industrial participation. Operational effectiveness. Tiger represents the state-of-the-art and would give the UK full interoperability with our major European allies. Tiger fully meets the operational requirement. Tiger scores high on several counts. It's fully mission capable. It has high survivability and requires minimum manpower for support and logistics, and has the highest reliability and availability of all three competitors.
I've been very fortunate in that I've been able to fly the Apache, the Cobra, and also the Tiger. I have to say that the interest starts the minute you sit inside the aircraft. The Tiger, the ergonomics of the Tiger, are clearly designed for the job that it's intended to do in the future. I'm bound to say that although obviously the other contender aircraft have been adapted with great skill, they do suffer the problem that they were designed for the last generation of weapon systems. I was immensely impressed by the stability of the aircraft, because clearly when you're carrying a lot of technically very sophisticated systems on the aircraft, stability is actually going to equal high performance as far as those systems are concerned. And it is a very stable platform. However, of course, the one thing which is going to ensure the ultimate survival of the aircraft is its manoeuvrability. And by golly, this aircraft has astonishing manoeuvrability. Even at the high weights that the aircraft was being flown at, which were representative of an aircraft in its full battle configuration, it was mightily impressive.
Both Apache and Cobra are good machines, battle-proven. But there are two major factors which distinguish Tiger and set it apart when it comes to operational effectiveness. Tiger is unique in having this mast-mounted sight. It's completely passive and can identify and discriminate between a vast range of targets, from tanks, ships and helicopters, to buildings and bunkers, static or on the move. Tiger can pop up from behind natural cover like trees to survey the battlefield without being seen and without exposing the aircraft and two-man crew to hostile fire. That means that Tiger can identify and take out the highest value targets first and eliminates the risk of friendly fire. Neither Apache nor Cobra, with their limited target options, can match this. And, unlike the competition, all Tigers have the mast-mounted sight. That makes it the only attack helicopter equally effective in the reconnaissance role. So there's no necessity for special reconnaissance aircraft and a mixed fleet.
I think in terms of technology, Tiger has an advantage over the other two contenders because the technology is coming from the late part of the 1980s, the early 1990s. That does give it, I believe, an airframe advantage, an engine advantage, a weapon system advantage, and a flight control system advantage.
This is the key to Tiger's operational effectiveness. Long-range Trigat, the third-generation anti-armor weapon system developed by France, Germany and the UK. Compared with Apache and Cobra, which have to carry two missile types to be fully effective, Tiger, with long-range Trigat, outperforms them both. Again, a completely passive system, locks on before launch, giving it the highest lethality and lowest risk of fratricide. 4 missiles can be ripple launched in under 8 seconds from more than 8 kilometers out.
The weapon system for Tiger is totally dependent upon long-range Trigat. The British government have contributed thus far some £200 million to this programme. If the UK are not part of the Tiger programme, then almost certainly we will not take Trigat in this country into production. That has a very significant effect on jobs and on long-term employment prospects within our own Dynamics business. But much more importantly, it calls into question the whole procurement process when our government can put £200 million worth of taxpayers' money up onto the table and then subsequently see it swill down the drain.
Life cycle costs. Current thinking on procurement puts an emphasis on the total life cycle costs of a program, rather than the initial purchase price. Taking into account operating costs, spares and maintenance over 30 years, Tiger comes out on top. Thanks to its 21st century design, Tiger will overall cost substantially less to run than Cobra or Apache. For example, take the maintenance man-hours required for every hour in the air. US government figures show that in service Apache has required some 14 man-hours, Cobra 10, while Tiger will come in at only 4. When it comes to training, logistics and midlife update, harmonization with our European partners will bring substantial savings through its service life.
I think the European forces have to work together. I think each country, and Europe is also in that case, wants to decide when they want to intervene somewhere and with whom they want to intervene. And I think more and more Europe will have to join forces to get involved somewhere.
Risk. The UK government is naturally cautious of participating in any military procurement programme where development costs can escalate beyond control. Quite apart from Tiger's outstanding ability to meet the operational requirement, there is a major bonus in that a Tiger purchase would involve minimal risk. There are no development costs on the UK Tiger, as these have been fully underwritten by the French and German governments, who have commitments for 427 aircraft. The first 4 prototypes have already notched up more than 700 flying hours. The UK would only become a full partner in the Eurotiger team when the programme enters the production phase. After that, there are clear benefits in the same 3 nations and the same 3 companies controlling the airframe and the weapon system. Britain is already a full partner in both the engine and the weapon system. The Tiger programme continues to be a model in terms of staying on target. Like the French, the Germans fully endorse the benefits of the three-nation Tiger program.
The United Kingdom is pressing to join the Franco-German armament structure, and if they are going to join, the Tiger would be the most privileged program for this agency, because this is being organized together between France, Germany, and then the UK. So this would really a first start of improving credibility that we want to go European, and therefore, if we want to have a European armaments agency, this is the first case where it could be proved that we really mean what we say if we're going to take important decisions.
Industrial participation. Tiger is the product of more than 40 years' experience of helicopter design and manufacture. Eurocopter is the world's largest helicopter company. It has produced over 10,000 helicopters sold to 1,500 customers in 130 countries. The Eurocopter consortium has developed into a powerful industrial force, a European combine to take on the world.
I think it's clear that Europe can only afford to launch new product if the four main countries, I would say, are able to join forces, to have common specification, and to operate the same equipment. That's totally obvious, even for the middle term, not only for the long term.
Over the last few years, we've been seeing a move through from national champions to pan-Europeans in defence procurement and defence production. And I think programmes like Tiger give another impetus to that whole move. Within that, it's not only the domestic procurement from the European partners, it's also the access to export markets, and the Europeans are particularly good at exporting.
With a UK Tiger purchase, British Aerospace will bring its renowned prime contractor expertise in weapons systems integration to the programme. Britain's workshare will include the rear fuselage section and both stub wings. France will be responsible for the centre section, while Germany will provide the front section. The UK will have full access to the core software, which is not the case with equipment of American origin. The twin MTR 390 engines on Tiger will be built by the Euro consortium of MTU in Germany, Turbomeca in France, and Rolls-Royce. Likewise, Tiger's complementary weapons system, Long-Range Trigat, is a joint European venture on which more than 500 skilled engineers are already employed in the UK. A UK Tiger purchase will guarantee 100% industrial participation, sustaining and creating jobs in key high-technology areas. Every pound spent by the government on the Army Air Corps order will be reinvested in Britain. This means work for more than 120 UK aerospace companies in over 100 parliamentary constituencies from the Tiger order. Beyond Britain's guaranteed involvement in 518 aircraft, there is an identified worldwide export market for more than 400 attack helicopters, for which Tiger is a strong contender. With offset work on Cobra and Apache, GEC and Westlands could only bank on getting work from the basic 91 UK aircraft. British Aerospace has an impressive track record in highly successful European collaborative projects, like Tornado, Airbus, and Eurofighter.
We're looking to be part of a long-term business that is capable of taking the Americans on in the markets of the world and actually beating the Americans in those markets. If we don't do this together in Europe, then what we will certainly do is continue to be a subcontractor to the States in the helicopter business. It'll be a fairly reasonable business over a period of time, but we will never, ever actually have any strategic momentum to that opportunity.
Tiger, the best solution for Britain. Tiger, there's a lot riding on it.